Oh shit! God damn it! Goddamn production.
What's up, folks? I think this is episode 43, episode 40
Hopefully.
something of Four Dudes, well, Two Dudes and Wrestling. Um, it's you. I'm your boy, King Midas, and then we got freshly shaved AD. I got it. There we go. We got freshly
For real
shaved
this
over
time.
here.
I wasn't freshly shaved last week, so I'm good this time.
It was okay. I didn't know. I couldn't tell. So
Yeah, I know.
So first things first, because you are the pro belt collector while I am just, the amateur, the new belt.
I really like it.
Same. Like I'm gonna once I pay for wrestling school, I'm pre-ordering it.
I really did.
Like it's gonna be mine.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Hold on, we got.
Appreciate it. I'll give two shits. The belt is beautiful. Hell yeah.
Right.
It's different. It's different. I really like it. I think it's gonna grow on. I think it's gonna grow on people more.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of people out there saying, oh my god, they have the logo in the middle, and I'm like, almost everybody does nowadays. Like,
I just posted something about that.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That's what made me think about it too, because I've been seeing that on Twitter as well.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But I think that, people are calling it a consolation prize or whatever, but I think WWE is at the point where they're damned if they do and damned if they don't. I don't think it matters what at this point WWE does. It's not going to be good enough for people anymore. I think with some people, they should, at least I'll say people from the internet, because I know that there are people out there that watch it and don't care about all the drama and all the BS. Like they just want to watch it, which is how it should be. But we've gotten to the point where we're so tribalistic about everything. What's better, PlayStation or Xbox? AEW, WWE, just like at the end of the day, we all like something that is at the bottom of the barrel for most of society as it is. We're like, people look at wrestling like it's, again, something that only kids should enjoy, something like that. Yeah. Instead of like, I don't want to necessarily say you have to accept what's going on, but you don't have to be critical of every single little thing, because at that point you're being critical of something that you can't control, if that makes sense. I just noticed that Power Ranger helmet back there. But
oh yeah, that's a whole JDF section right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, what were you going to say to that response, I guess?
So one thing people have been complaining about that I have seen is where do you think the lineage should continue from? Do you think this should be a new belt? Or what do you think? What do you think? How do you, because of course, if they're introducing us as the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and technically, of course, Roman has the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
So for example,
okay, go ahead. I think that I just got my picture. Ooh, man, it looks better and better the more that I see it. I think that, of course, Roman is the undisputed Universal Champion, so I think that they should, of course, get rid of those two belts, maybe at his 1,000-day reign, and give him a new belt, and it's still the Universal Championship, and so just Universal Championship, and I think the World Heavyweight Championship needs to be the WWE Championship.
Means Brock Lesnar.
Was that? I didn't hear you.
I said that means Brock Lesnar can go for this
Oh yeah.
one.
I was like, why did his heart drop just now?
Yeah, because like I'm good with Brock, but at the same time, it's just like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see. I mean, I don't. I think Brock is played out. Like I don't see. I think he's just gonna be there to help people to put people over.
Which is,
I don't see him being a world champion again because
Yeah,
I mean, last
and-
year he won like within a span of 4 months. Like what he won he won the belt twice. Then he won the Rumble. Then he won the Elimination Chamber. And then you thought he was gone at WrestleMania, and then he came back for SummerSlam, and you knew he wasn't gonna win at SummerSlam.
yeah,
So it's just like, man, get out of the title picture. So I don't see him. Definitely, I don't see him and Roman ever having another rivalry, and I don't see him with this belt. I just don't. But I say that I see that this belt should be the the WWE Championship lineage, because you just can't get rid of the WWE title. Been around for going on 60 years.
yeah. But then you also have to take into consideration like they the lineage of WCW and the World Heavyweight title as a whole, because you know that lineage has
Yeah, but that's been
essentially
gone.
reset many times.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
whether it's NWA, WWE, WCW, the before territories, the before times, I guess. So that's a tough one, because at the same time, while like I'm kind of in the fence on it, where I think it could continue like the lineage, but I also think that this being something entirely new and starting a new lineage for an entirely new generation, like a belt that has never been held at this point by any previous former champion or wrestler over like the last 30-40 years.
So you
So
think
I think it'll also be
Championship
cool.
should be retired?
You said what?
You think the WWE Championship should be retired?
No, just I guess combine both of those with Roman's titles. Since
I mean, you can't really do that though. And then if you take I feel like if you take the Universal Championship, like make it like if you make that the WWE Championship, then like all this time he's had with the Universal title means nothing, because he's only been WWE champion for a year.
I think even if you did lump that into the regular, because let's be real, Universal title, that was a stupid name. That was stupid. So if they were to like meld the two, I think name wise it'll come out for the better. Also, we had this too.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be a new one. It might be, this one was a play on the world title. This one might be something like look like the Winged Eagle or something like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, we just have to wait and see. But I'm here for it, because remember we were talking about it last week. I think we said either split up the titles or make or make a new one. I think that's something that we had talked about, and I guess they were listening to us specifically, because
we talked about that, and we talked about Roderick Strong being
right
NXT longer than WCW Nitro was even
so
a show, and
it seems like people are listening to us.
So WWE is one of our 3 weekly viewers coming from your Twitch.
Right. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see who the first champion is going to be. But I'm here for it. I'm excited to see what happens. May is going to be a good month for wrestling. What's up? How's it going, man?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Mr. Pittsburgh. Now that you hopped on, you reminded me of something. I actually just learned this.
It's Britsburg.
Britsburg. That's funny because I'm about to mention her. I just learned this a few days ago. For
What's up?
like 20 years, like I knew I shared a birthday with John Cena, and I just
Yeah.
learned 3 days ago that I shared a birthday with Britt Baker
Oh,
and
nice.
Jamie Hayter.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
me and Britt
yeah.
Baker the same year, so that's
Okay,
that's crazy.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Now something I
How we doing
realized
tonight?
something today. Good.
How we doing tonight?
Doing
Good.
doing good. Can't complain.
I just realized that the last time Tony Schiavone was on TNT, the 4 pillars were babies. I don't know, like what it just. I was just wondering how old they were, because I think MJF is the oldest at 27.
Mm-hmm.
And so that
Yeah.
means he was born in 96. So by the time that TNT went off the air, and what, like, not TNT, but WCW, was that in 2001?
Mm-hmm.
So by that point,
Yeah.
they were all like babies and toddlers, and I'm just like,
Craziness.
it's just crazy to think that was that long ago, but it doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
Yeah.
And
Dude, I'm showing my age here, and sorry to interrupt. I taped the last Nitro on a VHS tape. For you kids out there, it's a little plastic thing you put in a VCR like a DVD player. Don't let me explain it more, man. Honestly, you know what a DVD player is.
Gianni, how old were you in 2001?
I was a junior in high school, so 16, 17. Yeah.
What about you, King Midas?
I'll be 40 in next year. Yeah.
That's crazy. What about you, King Midas?
2000, you said 2001. I think I was 12.
Yeah, March 2001. That's when WCW got bought.
Yeah, I think I was 11.
That's
Believe.
crazy. I was
I believe
9.
I was 11. Yeah.
We got a 7-year-old at that time. That's crazy.
Right?
Babies.
Oh my God.
I'm the grizzled vet here, so I mean,
Yeah, we were
no
we were
no disrespect to you, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was I think with these 2 belts we were talking about the new belt and whether it should keep the lineage or things like that, or just how we feel about them in general, but I like it. I'm ready to see where it goes.
You ready to see where it goes?
Hold on, keep that on there. Keep him on there. That's such good shit. Oh, that's such
Good shit, pal.
Of course, though, he is back in the drama.
He is, but he isn't.
Yeah.
He had to email everybody to say he's not going to interfere with things. Meanwhile, he will be. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
You know
see the new lawsuit today?
what now?
about what?
Oh,
is this about what's Apollo?
Partly, yeah. There was a writer, 2 writers, I believe, former writers, both black, are suing Vince McMahon, WWE, and another person, for constantly using, and essentially mistreating their black wrestlers and having stereotypical semi-racist lines like, you know, Bianca Belair's you know, kind of the whole stereotypical black woman thing that
Sorry about that.
Bianca Belair and some of the writers had previously expressed that like they didn't want to do that, but they were still forced to do it, as well as Apollo using that very like forced Nigerian accent, which I'm a little indifferent on the accent thing.
You can do the same thing as far as Kofi with the
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Where it's just like that's part of acting, and you know that aspect of it. But if and I speak on this because I am an actor. If at any point the actor while yes, they were chosen for that role and they can be replaced at any point, but an actor does have the right to say they are uncomfortable with something.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's something small enough, they're like, like if you want to change some words in a script or you don't want to do something a certain way, like how many times do we see where in a romantic movie the two leads may not even kiss in real life, and it's CGI, like the Jonah Hill movie that came out recently where there was like a CGI kiss. And so I think it is still a valid criticism. Like if she doesn't want to portray that stereotype,
Yeah.
why keep it going?
What movie was that? Was that with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
That was,
You People.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
But like I said, with the Apollo, like, yeah, maybe they could have worked with him a little bit more, but like that just comes with the territory of, and it made sense that they used a Nigerian accent because his lineage is Nigerian. But I still do understand, because even I was like, that's really weird to have him go from a already good persona. Like Apollo Crews was still like a good, and then to make him just a Nigerian prince, I'm like, it didn't feel right.
Mm-mm.
From an acting standpoint. Like I understand, like, yeah, that comes with the territory, but it in and of itself, it felt forced. Like it was just like, at least when Kofi came in, he didn't have nobody, like people thought he was Jamaican until he dropped the accent. And then we found, oh, he's from Africa.
And Kofi did it on accident, remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it was like, I get it, but at the same time, that one felt very forced as opposed to where Kofi's felt natural, because that's what he came in as.
Yeah, I think it's the whole thing of how he came in as, because as soon as Apollo changed, I was like, we know you don't talk like this, man. Like,
right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right. So
on, man.
That's like, that's like Santina Morella.
Yeah.
Santina Morella is an Italian Canadian. Okay. He's not from Italy. He's from Canada.
Yep.
And yes, he debuted in Rome, but that accent is fake.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that until I heard him talk otherwise. So
yeah, that's like me talking like this, and then me talking like Santina Morella. Like it's you know what I mean. So I mean, good actors, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I still don't agree with how they handled things writing wise, because we've known for years that there was an issue when it comes to African American talent in WWE. This has been a known thing. Like it shouldn't have taken this long for for them to get a black champion, or how because I think these past recent years have seen the majority of title runs be done by people of color. Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Raquel Rodriguez, and the list goes on. It's just Bailey, and it's just like we see it now. But the fact that there's still these things, and then they also wanted to do something with Mustafa Ali or somebody who was Muslim or Middle Eastern, and a secret that they had was they did 9/11s. Like that was a conversation that they had. So, yeah. So this is one of those things where like it's gonna, like I was saying earlier, things like this are going to keep WWE in that damned if you do, damned if you don't, because WWE can do something great, something amazing, but people will always be like, but Vince McMahon and but you guys did this, and I'm like, we do too much of, like I said earlier, focusing on the negatives, because it's easy to point out a negative and just bash somebody for it, but whenever somebody does something good, it's like, I don't care. But I get why people do it. But at the same time, this doesn't help. This you need to get rid of Vince. That's it. He does not need to be in that company anymore, because now people are going to be looking at the new acquisition or merger. I think people are already looking at it. And then you don't want this new thing to affect that. This man has too many issues. They need to pull a Fox News. That's what they need. They need to pull a Fox News and just get rid of him like they did Tucker Carlson. They need rip the Band-Aid off. That's what they. And I never thought I'd be agreeing with something that Fox News did, but that's what WWE needs to do. They need to just pull the Band-Aid off and be like, you got to go.
He needs to go to Shady Pines or Shady Acres or Flushing Meadows or whatever the heck it is, man. To go to the nursing home.
He needs to go up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. That's that. Like he needs to just leave. That there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because if Vince McMahon was black, he would have been like, he wouldn't even be in this position. He would have lost this position a long time ago. The second the first bit of news dropped, then it gone. And so he's getting too many second chances right now. And I keep trying to give this man the benefit of the doubt, because if it wasn't for Vince McMahon, we wouldn't have wrestling where it is today. Like, he helped to lead that charge. Wasn't solely just him, but he helped to get us there. And like, you can't not acknowledge his accomplishments, but at the same time, what are you doing?
It's like, you know,
and like, that's where we're at, and we're juggling right now, where it's like, we all want to love WWE. It's there, but then you do stuff like, you just let this man sit there because he created this. You can get rid of him. It's not that hard. Y'all did it once. Well, in a way, do it again.
Let me ask you guys a question. You think Shane knew something was up? Now that he's not affiliated with WWE per se. I mean, he's still affiliated, but he's got his own business ventures. You know what I mean? You think he knew this was coming? You know what I mean? Like,
look,
I'm not sure.
Shane's just trying to get his workers' comp on.
no, but I'm saying he has investments in oil and all that stuff, man. So I mean, that's why he left.
Yeah, he good. Shane is good. He don't care. Steph is good. Triple H is like, they don't care. Like, I mean, yeah, Steph stepped away. I don't know what she's doing now, but she's like, yeah, I'm done. Now that your kids are gone again, bye, leave. That's it. That's all you got to do. Is
I just don't leave. You know, I get why Vince McMahon is there. Yeah, you said about how the whole, like, he created this and this and that, Okay, but it's like you're training to be a pro wrestler. Okay. How many wrestlers till they're like 75, 80 years old, and I'm exaggerating there, are still in the ring? You know,
you ain't exaggerating too much.
look at who is it? Jimmy Valiant? Yeah, Jimmy Valiant's still wrestling. I think he's in his 80s. I mean, I could be wrong though. I think I'm wrong. How old is Jimmy Valiant?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but I can't remember his name. But there is a wrestler over in Impact Wrestling.
Oh, the
PCO?
No, well, he's old. Yeah, he's old. But you talking about like the Swinger guy, Johnny Swinger?
I think so.
Yeah,
that dude's old as shit too.
Johnny was
he's
in ECW.
70 years old.
Jimmy White. Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Can you just give me his name, please?
Johnny Swindler.
Like I believe you said it. Oh no, his name is Action Mike Jackson.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's how old is he?
Action Mike Jackson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Action Mike Jackson.
Oh, it's the same guy though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Mike Jackson. Wait, is it the same guy?
He was in
Oh, let me
Oh
see.
no, that's somebody. That's somebody else. No.
he was in NWA, wasn't he? Like years.
I think so.
But yeah, like I think he
Yeah.
might be like the oldest like active wrestler that I can think of that's still like out, because he's good. Like I saw one of his matches when I was watching a random, I forget what I was watching on Impact. I don't know why I was watching it, but I was. And he came out and I was like, who is this old man? Like, what is he
Yeah.
about to do? And then I was like, oh, okay. Like he was actually pretty good. So there's not a lot.
I was watching a clip with Scott D'Amore.
Mhm.
That dude, he from where he came from until now, you know, you gotta hand it to him. You know, I mean, from being a wrestler with Team Canada, from being a trainer, now he's running Impact. So I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, it's I've seen, like, you know, I'm trying to watch as much wrestling as I can right now, and I've said this multiple times, but wrestling is in very good hands. Where it's at, where for a while it was, you know, here in America, Vince had the stranglehold on. Now you have Impact, you have MLW, producers in the back, get ready. I'm naming off wrestling. We have Warrior Wrestling. You know, AEW, so many, and now AAA and NJPW are starting to have a bigger presence here in America as well. I think wrestling is fine. Will I ever give up WWE? No, because I've been watching for way too long. I'm not the type of person that, like, if I have put so much time into effort into something, like, as long as it's still going active, yeah, I'm going to enjoy it, because it is what it is. But I know that I can, which I've been doing recently, going to indie shows, and have been perfectly fine missing Friday Night SmackDown when I can just watch it again later. Or just skip it entirely and watch highlights.
That's the magic of DVR.
Exactly. And so wrestling again is in a good, so I just don't understand all the tribalism when you can literally turn it off and go watch something else. But yet you want to keep watching it just so you can talk bad about it. You're wasting your time. They're working. They're doing what they need to do to not only entertain us, but take care of their families and do whatever they have to do in life. They don't give two shits about the people, us on the internet, and everything we have to say. We're just fighting with ourselves. There's a lot of times when they don't. People are showing up backstage at other people's, WWE showing up in New Japan, and AEW stars appearing backstage at WWE. CM Punk just randomly showing up at Monday Night Raw.
I know why he showed up.
Yeah, but but these people, they don't generally care. Like, they care what you think about them to an extent, because they have to, that's their job, to bring you merchandise, all that other stuff, that, you know, to bring you to them. But at the same time, it's like, if there's 100 people bad mouthing them on the internet, they know all they have to do is walk into whatever stadium WrestleMania was at and have 80,000 plus people cheering them. So to the people on the internet who are wasting their time arguing back and forth between each other, I've seen wrestlers wrestle in front of 10 people and not care what you think.
So get out of your mom, get out of your mom's basement, get some sunlight,
Right.
and relax.
It's not that big a deal. And it's like, that's why I started watching other wrestling. You can do it too. PSA. You can do it too.
Y'all are
Because
funny. Hold on, wait. I got one thing before we get too far removed from the old people still in the ring. I had to go find this picture. But somewhere in Illinois, you got Tony Atlas and Cowboy Bob Orton.
I saw
as
that.
tag team champions. Dead ass.
Dude, those are cool belts. They look like Power Ranger.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But like, talk about old people being in the ring, man.
why Cowboy Bob Orton look like the girl wearing her boyfriend's shirt after they just got done?
Does he have trunks on?
And Tony Atlas out here looking like he wearing a creative character outfit.
Oh my god. We're in a wrestling world right now where Cowboy Bob Orton has had a match more recent than Randy Orton, and out of all 4 Evolution members, Ric Flair has had the most recent match. That's the world we live in right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with it. If you don't like it, change the channel.
Right. There's nothing keeping you there. Literally, you can easily just. That is that simple.
Yeah. Times change.
All right, Car Kevin. That will never be back. Okay, sadly, like ECW will never be back.
Yeah,
because one of my favorite titles. Okay, to watch it be contended, not the look of it, but watch it be contended, is the WWE Hardcore title. You'll never see that again. That's and it's sad, but it's a different era.
Yeah.
So
only way you'll see something like that is if you go to some indie shows, or like last week I saw a dude, like it was a death match. Nope, not Warrior Wrestling, one of the indie shows. Not Metro Pro Wrestling. Actually, no, I don't think it was really for a promotion per se. Last Friday there was a kid's birthday party, and he set up, like, he booked an entire wrestling show. That's so cool. That was like the show. Like the matches were really good, like some solid matches. And there was a death match at the end with Briar Wellington or Richie Boy, one of the guys who I talked about a couple of weeks ago. And then oh my god, I'm slipping on his name. It's like a hardcore indie, he's like a punk rock type of guy. That's his gimmick, and he comes out with a barbed wire bat. I believe his name is Chuck something.
Chuck Taylor?
No. I have to look it up. It's just slipping my mind, but I've seen him wrestle like maybe 4 or 5 times now at this point. But they were wrestling fluorescent light bulbs. One guy got, slammed through a glass pane, like a little sheet of glass. He got staples, money stapled to his head. Like, it was like you weren't going to see that on WWE anymore. They barely want to get out the thumbtacks.
You want to see some thumbtacks and barbed wire and staple gun, man. Check out some Mickey Knuckle matches.
Yep. And then they're doing the thing called Horror Show out here too, which is a extremely hardcore wrestling event that I'm gonna try to go to one I don't know if you guys remember a few weeks ago there was a video of this guy who had somebody like they were getting ready to throw them out of the ring, and then they lit him on fire, and then they threw him, and he was supposed to land through a table that was covered in fluorescent light bulbs, but he missed the table, and like he clipped the edge of the table and landed on the floor, and people had to run over to put him out. It's like,
damn.
And sadly, he probably only got paid about $25 for that.
Actually, no. Well, maybe not as much, but I think that's one of the more popular indie promotions here in Michigan, because I think there are over or right around 40 in Michigan, something like that. And then a lot of TV talent. Like this past weekend, what's his name? Top Notch Jason Hotch from Impact Wrestling, and then Jack Price.
Okay.
They were both at the indie show that I went to this past Saturday.
Nice.
And then Kurt Angle is coming out to do an indie promotion. And then there's another one that has like Rich Swann and a lot of other Impact talent on there. So Impact does a lot of indie wrestling in the Midwest.
Hell yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But yeah, you have choices is essentially what we're getting at. You have choices. Did you guys see the bit of news that dropped about Trinity?
Mhm.
What? No, what?
It came out that she is going to be debuting on Impact this week. So
That's interesting.
if that's the case, honestly, that is the best place for her to go to, because I still, even though I don't really watch it as much, I think Impact has the best women's division out of AEW, WWE, and Impact.
Yeah, they got a good one.
Because like there's actually substance there. Like with these two, it's
Are you talking about organization type deal, or are you just talking talent, or both?
Or not necessarily the talent, because all of them have phenomenal talent that could be used properly.
Okay.
But how they're used, Impact does it the best.
I could agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Impact does it the best.
Is it Mickey headed it, or was that?
I want to say either Mickey or
Velvet Sky or Gal?
Maybe Velvet Sky, one of the three.
Okay, yeah.
I think. Which regardless, like, I still watch like highlights and stuff from Impact, and I'm like, I thoroughly enjoy watching the women's wrestling or the women's division in Impact over AEW and WWE, because, and I'm not including NXT, because to me NXT, their women division is way better than the main rosters right now.
And what I've, if it's just my opinion, Impact gives more time to the ladies than all three. So, you know.
Yeah, this is true.
Shit, the Impact is the one that gave their women a woman the world championship at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and they have an X Divisions match. What was it, an X Division for the women?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I
watched that match. It was crazy.
My question to you is, and this lady is in the match. What's your opinion on Jordynne Grace's transformation? Yeah.
I think she's actually back to what she normally looked like.
No, she's not.
No, I'm not talking about like a few years ago. I'm talking about pre competition.
Competing.
Because her face has filled out more. Because as far as like with the competition, I was like, okay, like you do
her voice
but
too.
Yeah, it looked very drastic. But then when I saw her like a few weeks later or however many, I was like, oh, okay. So I guess that's just a thing when like you get super close, so the definition can be there. But She does what she does.
This is just my opinion. I miss the thick Jordan Grace, the chunky Jordan Grace, man. I apologize for everyone.
Are you talking something about birthday cake?
I sent you that picture, didn't I?
I can't remember if you did.
Yeah, you saw that. You saw that picture, right, King?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's the cupcake picture. Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay. I will say this though. I mean,
all the good spots are covered up.
Yep, I know. Yep. But muscle mommies are pretty in right now. They're like Rhea Ripley. A lot of women. Jade Cargill. Oh, like that's in. So I like, as long as she's happy, what am I to judge?
I, in my opinion, I think she got in too deep. You know, I mean, as far
that
as
could also be a valid point, but
yeah, but that's not for me to say. You know.
So I mean, I started when I first saw her. I was like, oh, okay, like, and this was back when she was like muscular, but still kind of on the chubbier side.
The chunky booty, yeah.
And then once I started like watching her wrestle, I was like, oh, it's pretty good.
When her and Jessica Havoc wrestled together, yeah.
There's because I know. Oh, I also, this just made me think about this. I saw on Twitter when somebody announced that, and then she commented, "Come and hit me with the rear view right now," and I'm just like, now that image, that wonderful image, is in my head, and like now, I have to watch.
It's an angle. It'll pass.
Yeah, he's not gonna lose the belt.
Yeah.
No.
I'm fine with it. When it comes to AEW and stories, I usually take, because it's like they can be very hit or miss in AEW, just as they are in WWE. There are some solid storylines that I do care about. The reason I like the 4 pillars is the fact that we have these 4 in the title picture right now.
That's exactly
like the main title picture.
Mm-hmm.
And after the title had been bounced around former WWE people, it's good to see it with some AEW homegrown talent. That's who, that's where everybody who's trying to get the title is an AEW original. And that aspect I like. The storyline, like, of course I love MJF promos regardless, but some of the story stuff is a little shaky, but for what it is, I think I enjoy this one, like I said, the most, just because they are those homegrown talent, so to speak. So for me, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So what I like most about it is, yes, the pillars are in a title contention, you know, but they're taking it off of TV. They're taking it onto their social medias. They're taking it onto their YouTube. Sammy Guevara put it on his video, latest vlog this week. So I enjoy that. But speaking of Sammy, I want to ask you guys a question here. Do you think Sammy's going to double cross him and become champion? At one point, I see it happening.
Yeah, I think out of all of the other 3, I'll see Darby Allin or Sammy Guevara as AEW champion before I see Jungle Boy. I think.
I don't see excuse me, Darby being champion because he doesn't even want to be in wrestling anymore. I think he wants to be a skater.
Yeah,
he made that perfectly clear. So I mean,
but I can still see him getting it before Jungle Boy. I'm not saying Jungle Boy isn't worth it.
no,
But I think he still needs some more time to cook.
it's not. He's not ready yet. You're absolutely right. The person who I want to see win it off of MJF, Wardlow. That story is not over with. That story is just on pause as far as the whole him being his bodyguard and everything else. Here comes Wardlow and just gonna smash
Yeah.
MJF to smithereens, dude. I mean, so
2 belts. What's his name? Wardlow.
yeah.
I saw. I'm stuck. I saw something recently that made me kind of want to get Honor Club.
What's
Haven't
that?
gotten it yet, but they have a match on there that is between that was between Vikingo
Okay.
and Gringo Loco.
Okay.
Have you guys ever heard of or seen Gringo Loco?
I've heard of
Sounds
Vikingo.
Hold on. Let me.
While he's looking, Andy Bolger's watching. Do it, AD. That's for Andy.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
That's 2 people confirmed from Span the Globe that have watched this. The other one is Mark.
3 people. I'm the comment king.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true that.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
Tell you what, man. This show and the Spin the Globe, 2 best shows in the hobby, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And then you got
We try.
Then you got PTM over there doing their thing. Good people.
I think that's the best show, production wise and
Oh,
everything. The way their show flows.
Yes.
They're up there.
Yeah, and ours is only going to get better as we try new things and bring some more people in. We'll
What I say
definitely,
2 weeks ago, you guys get better every week.
yeah,
Appreciate
for
it.
sure,
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
coming up on 1 year. So
I don't
Right.
know I don't know if anybody saw me in the background at AEW last week.
no, I didn't watch.
Yeah, it was.
No, I didn't. Where were you sitting at?
I'm an usher, so the spots.
Oh, okay.
the spots that went like over the barricade. I was right there. I think the Wardlow spot, the Mox. Hold on, the Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy spot. I was right there.
Nice. I'm definitely going to have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this one, but a few weeks, probably month. Never, 2K 23 came out.
Mm-hmm.
I came on and talked about how I was watching or I was playing the showcase mode with John Cena, and it got to the point where John Cena was, trying to get Undertaker to wrestle him at WrestleMania. And I remembered the second I knew what he was going, I was like, I know what's going to happen. I'm in the shot when the camera is on John Cena as he's, challenging the Undertaker, because he did it when they came to Detroit. And then, so as I'm watching it, I see the part where I'm in, and I like paused it, and I had to zoom in, and I'm just off to the side, like, what? Because I'm like, I am like diagonal from the turnbuckle,
That's
but
cool.
slightly to the one side of it.
Okay.
So I'm just like, just listening, like, getting excited, like Like I knew, like okay, he about to challenge Undertaker. I was like, okay, and then so like when I knew that was coming, I was like, I had to go back like multiple times, and then I made a joke. I said, well, it's official. I made my WWE 2K debut, and now I just have to get in the game as a manager, so to speak.
There you go.
So that's part 2 or step 2. But yeah, so like I definitely want to go back and because I like trying to find people that I know. I'm gonna have to do that. Go ahead.
Now that we're on the topic of video games, best wrestling video game ever.
In a way, I go ahead.
No Mercy.
That's a good one. For sentimental and personal, WCW versus NWO
Revenge
World Tour
or World Tour.
World Tour, the one with the truck. That was World Tour. Is very high up on that list because that was one of the first video games that I ever really played heavily, and it was also a game that my mother played with me, and
Gotcha.
so it was just that like so many good memories are tied to it that for me, like yes, I know games like SmackDown versus Raw, pick a year, some of the 2Ks, New Mercy, WrestleMania 2000 are all up there on people's list for various other reasons, but for that reason alone, where specifically like I have that memory of playing that game with my mother, it's like that for me just instantly becomes my favorite because I have that moment.
What's he doing?
I think he's getting the
I got mine right here. I got my whole collection, but it's my favorite.
Yeah,
Comes
I
in
like
pain.
that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very good one.
Yeah. When Brock's like the shrug of the shoulders, that's the best. That's
All right,
the best.
here we
Man.
go. I got this is from get it ready producers.
I think they're ready.
This is from
Hold on. Go back to that picture. Go back to that picture real quick. Why is the actor who played Paige in the movie next to that dude?
this is Gringo Loco. This was like a triple threat match. Now this wasn't televised, so you had to like these are all highlights. These are all highlights from the show or from people's cell phones.
The Kingo and Arles almost working together, upset that Gringo Loco has diminished their chances of winning.
Number 1 contenders medallion. What was supposed to be a one-on-one matchup, now a triple threat, first pinfall or submission, will determine who walks out of here tonight. The Warrior Wrestling Lucha Champion.
The Kingo and Arles looking for wrist control on Gringo, who springs off the top rope, tries to take both men over, but the Kingo and Arles roll through and land on their feet. Double drop kick. The Kingo Tiger Feint counter, swings through the ropes.
What a drop kick.
Yeah. That's
And
to
then,
Arles.
see if I can find-
Ooh!
Man, be careful.
This
Spring
spot right
off the
there.
rope! Double spring into the double reverse arm drag! Are you kidding me? How do you describe something that shouldn't even exist? Twisting in midair, countering a takeover on Gringo by the Kingo.
And like
I think it's Joe Dombrowski announcing there. He's a friend of mine.
How do you add that stuff to the bottom?
Huh?
How do you add that
The
stuff?
crawler?
down
The crawler?
there? Yeah, to the where like you just added that. How do you add that? How do you add stuff down there? What button do you press down there?
for who, me?
Yeah, you're the production guy as well. What you're just looking at me. Yeah, what do you do to add stuff down there? So instead of me doing like this, because I don't like doing this. I just like doing it for Vince and the other
So you go to present,
Mhm.
and then you go to slides.
I figured that was it. And then
Yeah, and you just add pictures and video clips. into there. That's what Jason was doing. And that's what
Gotcha.
I did that one time. So yeah, that's how we do that. But guys, what's your moments of the week? I think this is your first one, Gianni. So
Moments of the week. Me
hold on, wait. We gotta keep with tradition. You ready, AD?
Yeah, ready.
Yeah.
So moments of the week.
Moments of the week. Okay. Well, the new belt
Okay.
and me getting on TV. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding on that one.
No, shoot, I would have done that too.
Did you
no,
get,
dude.
didn't you get hit with a didn't you get hit with a trash can one time?
Yes. By
At
Sting.
AEW?
By Sting, yeah. Sting hit a guy, and then it went back on to me, and I got cheese all down my shirt, man. I loved it, man. I haven't. I washed the vest, and I haven't used that vest since AEW. I got a new vest.
Nice.
I retired that vest.
Nice.
I gotta go with Wardlow becoming new TNT champion,
Yep.
and
This is what, like the 16th time?
fourth time.
Third time. I'm
Right.
Okay. And that's about it. Yeah.
All right. AD.
Definitely the new title debut.
Okay. I don't think we did moments of the week last week. Might have been my fault if we didn't. But one of my moments for the past 2 weeks is, while I haven't put any money on it, I did officially sign up for wrestling school.
Nice.
So, I'm, again, like I said last week, I am terrified, but I'm ready.
Why are you scared?
That my body, like, because I'm so out of shape that I won't be able, not necessarily, because I know I can learn the stuff, no problem. I was already, the one class I went to, I already have one of the things, like one of the maneuvers and holds memorized. It's because I sat there and watched how they did it. But it's just, I am severely out of shape, and I'm just afraid that is going to hinder, me even getting up to the point where I can learn the moves. But at the same time, I know that second week is going to be a lot easier than the first week, because I'm starting to build that tolerance up. So I'm terrified, as one would be, to try to go to something new, but I got to remember that, like, I'm working towards something. I have an idea. I have so many ideas that, not that I think, but that I know would work in wrestling. I just know they would, because these are things that I think people have either been afraid to do, or just they didn't think of it. So there's some things that, like, I know that I've thought of, that I like, stories, scenarios, entire storylines that no one in the business may have thought of. And that's not taken away from anybody in the business, because I'm only basing off of stuff that I've seen, and then just, like a puzzle, putting stuff together. And, it was like, oh, this would be cool if we took this from that and this from that, and put it together and try something different. So I'm excited. That's my moment of the week.
What's a good moment of the week?
Here's the thing, if you don't mind. Someone told me, who's a professional wrestler, I'm not going to name their name, that every time they go out there, they get nervous. And they said once they stop being nervous, that's when they retire.
Yep.
So you have
Because if
every
you
right
ain't nervous, you don't care.
Exactly.
And I know I'm going to be, because I get nervous when I do my tours at Motown. Because it's like, are these people actually going to like what I'm going to be saying and doing throughout? Like, so yeah, I get it. But yeah, that was this was 4 dudes in wrestling, 3 dudes. Started with 2, now we're on 3 today. So this has been 4 dudes in wrestling, 4 dudes